introduce yourself. I know you are the author of an interesting book, The Power of the 21 Habits of Highly Broke People, right?
That is correct.
Okay.
I mean, I think you've done a fair justice to the introduction, so I don't think there's anything else I can add to that.
Okay. Okay, I think we can start. Let me remind some other persons about the meeting, but you can go ahead and start, please.
Okay, hold on one second.
Okay. Okay, we're currently recording.
Yeah, so once again, thank you so much for the opportunity to be here with your team and to share the little bit of information that I have with you guys. Now, I wasn't quite sure what's the modality of this presentation. Is it more of Q&A or me just sharing information from what I know?
Okay, most especially sharing information from what you know. Then we have some questions we would like to ask.
Okay. Do you have the questions? You have the questions handy already?
I have some, but I would like you to finish before I ask.
Okay. All right. So part of what I've been doing over the past 1 month, I don't have a PowerPoint presentation, so I'm just going to be sharing with you. Part of what I've been doing for the past, I want to say, well, we're in May now, for a month and a half, is really helping people to understand that we are now in what I call, quote unquote, new economy. All right. Officially, as of the end of March, the old economy died globally because the way we used to do business prior to COVID-19 is not the same way we'll be doing business as a result of COVID-19. Now, unfortunately, and I just finished doing a presentation right now, regarding the same information that I'll be sharing with you guys. As a result of COVID-19, most people's lives will be worse off because of COVID-19. And at the same time, some people's lives will be better off because of COVID-19. Now, the difference is because some people's lives has been negatively impacted because a lot of people lost their jobs. A lot of people don't have source of income. They don't have a means of livelihood. While on the other hand, you have people who are prospering despite the fact of COVID-19. In fact, they are prospering more now before they did prior to COVID-19. Okay? Their businesses is literally skyrocketing through the roof because of COVID-19. And it's possible for people who are struggling right now to transition to what I call the new economy. But it all first have to start with a mindset, a mind shift, okay? We are in a strange time where success is when opportunity is meeting preparation, okay? Success is when opportunity is, meets preparation. The reason why we see a lot of job losses, a lot of challenges now is because a lot of people weren't prepared for what we're facing today, okay? Most people continue their life the way they were doing things before and nothing changed. And when COVID-19 came on the scene, it was too late for them to adjust or to prepare, okay? So when you understand the times that we're in now, it becomes easy for you to start asking yourself, what do I need to do to properly position myself to move to the next level? All right. So for those of you guys who are watching this webinar, in order for you to emerge as a winner in the new economy, you first have to understand that the way you used to do things cannot be the exact same way you'll be doing things under this new umbrella. Okay. Now, there's one thing, and I want to be very clear with this one. The one thing that would determine your success in this new economy boils down to one word, okay? And that one word is habits.
Habits.
All right? Habits.
Okay.
All right. The reason why habits is so crucial is because everything that you and I do right now boils down to the fact that we've been doing it for so long. All right. Most people are struggling financially right now because all they know how to do was to wake up in the morning, they go to work, they come home, they go to sleep, they wake up, they go to work. So they've been doing it for so long that it has become a habit. And the only way they know how to make money in the old economy was that you had to go to a place called a job to make money, right? The challenge in Nigeria, which is amazing, is that you see someone who's graduating for so you see someone who's graduated from college, all right? And in graduating from college, the first thing on their mind is, I'm looking for a job, all right? So millions of Nigerians graduated from school, but none of them, majority of them do not have a source of income. Because in school, we were all programmed that the only way to make money is by working a job. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
So now you have COVID-19 and just completely destabilized everybody. Axis Bank just announced that they're laying off, I think it was 75% of their staff. That's one bank that has come up front. Imagine how when other banks starts announcing, all right? Many other institutions have announced that they're going to be laying off people. In America alone, in less than 2 months, 20 million people have lost their job, right? Now, imagine if all those people, the only way they're making money is through their jobs. That means that they went from having a source of income and instantly they reduced the poverty because they weren't prepared for what was coming. So for those of you who are on this webinar, if you're going to succeed in the new economy, then you have to start preparing yourself right now. Okay? You have to start preparing yourself to position yourself. Remember that success is when opportunity meets, how did I put it? Yeah, success is when opportunity meets preparation.
Yeah.
So if you aren't prepared for what's coming or what's already here, and if you aren't positioning yourself to where you need to be, then trust me, most people will end up in a worse off condition than they were before COVID-19. Okay. Now I know some of you guys are on mute. If you have questions or you have anything that you want me to answer, please feel free to type it in the comment section so I can address it as I'm presenting. All right. Now, one of the things I want us to understand, I was talking about the importance of habits, how what we do on a daily basis will determine whether or not we succeed. All right. 43% of what you and I do every single day is because of habits. Okay. And when you understand that your habits determines how successful you'll become in life, then you want to ask yourself, what habits do I need to change to become successful? Because a lot of people, for those of you guys who can see this, right? This is my book. I have it pretty much everywhere that I go. 21 Habits of Highly Broke People. In other words, there's certain habits that keeps people poor. There's certain habits that keeps people wealthy. All right? Wealthy people are used to doing certain things that causes money to flow in the direction and to also grow. And poor people are used to doing certain things that causes them to increase in the state of poverty. Okay, admit it. All right. So when you understand that your habits determine the outcome of your life, and that's the beginning of change. So I know we're talking about systems to create wealth in the new economy, But I want us to first understand that in order for anything to change, you first have to change the way you used to do things. All right. What the world right now, you know, like people in Nigeria, in America, in Europe, everybody is waiting for the lockdown to be lifted. All right. Everybody, oh, I can't wait. Things need to go back to normal. Let me break the news for you. The world will never be the same again. Businesses will never be the same again because of COVID-19. People are waiting for lockdown to be over so they can go back to work. But guess what? Some people are not going back to work. So you have to start thinking creatively, like, what can I start doing now to start creating multiple streams of income? Multiple streams of income, okay? So one of the things I'm going to share with you now is what I call what I call the 3 phases of COVID-19. All right, so once I do that, I'm going to share a few things with you, then everybody can start asking questions. The 3 phases of COVID-19. Unfortunately, 90% of the world's population are in the first phase.
Wow.
About 8% are in the second phase, and 2% are in the third phase, which the third phase is hopefully where we should all be. So let me break down the phases to you. The first phase is what I call the fear zone. All right, fear, F-E-A-R, the fear zone. In other words, right now, most people are in a state of want. Most people, especially in places like Nigeria, they don't know how they're going to, you know, feed the next day. The people that have lost their job, they're in a state of confusion because they don't know how they're going. Number one, it took them a long time to get that one job. Now that they've lost their source of income, they're confused. They don't know where they're going to start all over. I mean, how to start all over again. So they're in this place where they're in a place of uncertainty. Okay? When you turn on the news, the first thing that you see is COVID-19. 500 people have died of COVID-19 today. Fear. When you go on social media, as you're checking your news feed, the first thing that you see is, 20 people died in Kano today. People are starving. Somebody jumped off a bridge. So you realize that globally, people are feeding on fear. And unfortunately, whatever you feed on, you attract it into your life. All right? One of the things that I did when this thing started going viral, COVID-19 started spreading globally, is that I made a conscious decision that I will not feed my mind with any negative news about COVID. I'm not interested. I'm not interested in how many people have died. I'm not interested in how many people have contacted COVID-19. I'm not interested in lockdown. Why? Because whatever you focus on, you attract it into your life. So if all you're doing is watching news about COVID-19, watching the news about all the people that have lost their job, you are attracting what I call a state of poverty, because you're not leaving any room in your mind for creative thinking. All right? And like I said, unfortunately, that's the place where majority of the world are in right now. So for those of you guys who are watching this video, the question you want to ask yourself is, excuse me, am I in the fear zone? Am I in the fear zone right now where I am in the place of uncertainty? I'm in a place where I don't know where my next meal will come from. I'm afraid of not knowing how I'm going to earn my living. If you are in a fear zone, that is where I call that. It's also known as the danger zone. All right, the fear zone is a danger zone. You want to move from the fear zone to what I call the learning zone, which is the second zone. Remember, the 3 phases. Ultimately, you want to be in the last phase. The learning zone is where you make a decision. This is where I made my decision. That from today, I don't want to hear anything about COVID. I'm not interested. If in the learning zone is where you start focusing on things that you can control and stop focusing on things that you can't control. I know you guys are thinking, Dipo, what does this have to do with systems or making money? What is this? Because whatever you're feeding your mind is what you attract into your life, right? Let me say this with all humility. I am making more money now because of COVID-19 than before COVID-19 came on the scene.
Wow. Wow.
If I tell you how much, you know, and I'm not saying this to brag, you know, I say this because I like to tell my story to inspire people. The amount of money I've made in in 2 weeks is more than, I don't even want to say the amount, right? I don't want to say the amount, but the reason is because I stopped focusing on problems and I started focusing on opportunities. See, I let the rest of the world focus on how many people are dying from COVID-19. Do you want to know what's within my control? What's within your control? What you can control? You can control whether or not you become a victim of COVID-19 by protecting yourself, wearing your face mask, wearing gloves, not going out to the public. You can control that, but you can't control how many people will die from COVID-19. So if you can't control how many people are dying from COVID-19, if you don't have control of how many people are going to be victims of COVID-19, then why in the world do you want to sit in front of your computer? Why in the world do you want to hold your phone or watch the news, NTA, you know, channels or AIT? Why do you want to feed your mind with negative information? Right? See, we are a product of what we think. And if you're constantly thinking negatively, you will only attract negative things to you. You know, I was in the last, I just left a church where I was doing a teaching on the same thing, that the reason why I'm earning more money now is because I'm attracting more opportunities to my life than I've ever done throughout this year, and I've ever did in 2020, because I stopped focusing on problems and I started focusing on opportunities. In the learning zone, another thing that you're doing is that you stop being a distributor of negativity.
Very important.
Yeah. You know, WhatsApp is a very great tool, and it's also a very bad tool, because in one click, if you have 1,000 people in your contact and you create a broadcast group, in one click, you can send a negative news and it goes viral. You know, I created a video about 2 weeks ago. I don't know if you guys have seen it. And
okay,
it's about
the one about the one you addressed Nigeria and you talked about Zimbabwe.
Yeah.
It's a trending video. We've seen it. I've seen it.
I wasn't even expecting it to go. I just wanted to share my own opinion, right?
Yeah.
But you can see how just one information, I mean, people in other countries, people I didn't even know were reaching out to me. People that I knew was sending me screenshots of groups that they are in different countries. And look, my video is in that group, right? But here's the point that I'm getting to, that in the learning zone, you don't want to be a distributor of negativity. Remember, you're transitioning into a state where you're controlling what's going on in your environment. Let other people be the distributor of negativity, right?
Not true.
So I personally, I mean, this has always been my lifestyle. If you follow me on social media and you check my timeline, maybe 3 times in 365 days a year, you will see me sharing other people's content. I don't do it. I don't, because I want to be known as a person who disseminates positive information, right? The reason why I'm on this webinar is because somebody thought that, you know, I have some good information to share, so they're giving me the privilege to share the information, because that's what I'm known for. So in the learning zone, you have to be intentional and tell yourself, look, from now on, I understand that there are a lot of negativity going on in the world, but I just don't want to be part of it, right? So when you move from the fear zone to the learning zone, and you become more conscious of, you know what, I want to take control of my life. I want to take control of my finances. Now we're moving to the money, right? We're moving to the money talk. I want to be in control of my finances. I want to be in control of how much money I earn. The biggest, the biggest two freedoms. I've had two freedoms in my life that I cherish so much. The first one was when I gave my life to Christ. I don't know if you guys are Muslims or Christians, but I'm a believer. I became a born again in 2005, October 13th, 2005. That was the biggest freedom that I had. The second freedom that I will never forget was the day that I left my corporate America job, that I left working a job for somebody else. Because at that moment, I was afraid. I was in a fear zone. But my fear was how, I no longer would have guaranteed paycheck. Let me tell you guys, I was making over $70,000 with my corporate America job, right? If you convert that to Naira, you do the math. Let me do the math for you, all right? $70,000, which is not a lot of money, really, times the current exchange rate. So that's 27 million Naira every year. You divide it by 12, 2.2 million. 2.2 million Naira every month working the job. But I decided to leave that job, right? I left my job because I wanted to know what it feels like not to work for anybody. I wanted to know what it feels like. I'm telling you the honest truth, why I left. I wanted to know, what does it feel like to go and hustle? What does it feel like to grind, to make something happen? Because if I no longer had a fixed paycheck, that means I need to, whatever I have to do to make money, I have to be willing to do it. I've left and I'm still surviving. In fact, I am making more money now than I did when I was working because I changed what I was thinking. And the reason why I'm sharing this with you all, ladies and gentlemen, is because number one, I want you to get rid of the mentality that you need a job to survive in Nigeria's economy. How much, look, let's be honest. How much are employers paying in Nigeria? At most, on average, somebody will make 30, 40, 50,000 Naira a month. I'm still trying to wrap my mind around how somebody can live or survive over 50,000 Naira in a world of abundance. In a world where you and I can start a business from our phone, right? I'm running a VTU business in Nigeria, virtual top-up technology, a portal, recharging and airtime and things of that nature. I earn 200,000 Naira on average from this phone. And I don't even live in Nigeria, right? Because I've conditioned my mind that there are too many ways to make money. There's too many ways to make money than for me to sit in an office collecting a paycheck. No, never in my lifetime. I was sharing with people in the morning here in America, I don't know what it feels like to work one job. In my life, since the day I started working, since the day I started understanding business, since I was in middle school, which is what you guys would consider as primary school. I've always done something to make money, always. So I'm sharing that with you not to impress you, but to let you know that you are in a position right now in this new economy to create jobs. You are in a position in this new economy to create businesses that will help people. And I want that to be ingrained in your brain, that you don't need a job. Just recite that over and over to you. I am a job creator. It's a mindset shift, all right? So when you move from the fear zone to the learning zone, that's when you now move into what I call the growth zone. Now, the growth zone is where the magic happens. That's when you start to really see opportunities to make money. In the growth zone, here's what you're asking yourself. What exactly is my purpose, right? What you're asking in your growth zone is this. What exactly can I offer to the world to make a difference? You're no longer worried about how much money I need a job. Lord, please bless me with a job. And you're fasting and you're praying for a job that's going to pay $50,000, 50,000 naira a year, or even a month, or even 100,000 naira. No. In the growth zone, your thinking is completely different. What can I start doing now to add value to other people? Okay? How can I use my skills to produce services and products to be a blessing to other people? Right? In the growth zone, you're more conscious of other people than you are of your own needs. Right? See, when you're in the fear zone, it's all about you. You're thinking about how you're going to take care of your children, how you're going to pay your bills, how am I going to eat? It's all about you. In the learning zone, you start to change your mindset, all right? But in the growth zone, it's all about other people, all right? And that's when you start making money. See, nobody makes money by themselves or from themselves. Nobody. If you're going to make money, other people need to buy whatever you're selling. So it only makes sense to start focusing on what you can add to other people's lives. Right? So the question, here's the question you have to ask yourself. How do I leverage my talents, my gifts, my experiences to create multiple streams of income in this season? That's the question. You have to think about that, right? As I'm talking to you guys right now, I can't, to be honest, I can't count how many ways I make money. I can't.
Wow.
It just comes. It just comes. And I'm saying that, you know, with all humility, right? I'm not saying that once again to brag or to impress you. I'm not into those kind of things where I'm bragging about myself, right? I make money from my books online. Every month I receive at least $400 from Amazon. I make books from my audio book. I make books. I make money from my mask business that I just started during this COVID-19, selling face masks. Right? I'm solving problems. I make money from my staffing agency here in America. I'm making money from my agricultural business in Nigeria. I'm making money from my transportation business in Rwanda. The money doesn't stop. But the money doesn't stop because I'm exchanging value for money. I'm exchanging value for money. For everyone, I see there are 12 people watching this right now. For every single one of you guys watching this right now, you have something to offer the world that somebody's willing to pay you for. I don't care what it is. There's something you know how to do that the world is willing to pay you for. I don't care what it is. See, we have a plantain farm in Edo State in Nigeria. And I remember I was looking for something. I didn't know how to do it. I don't know. It's just information that I didn't have. And I went on Google and I typed in the question. And I clicked on the link that came up. And suddenly there was this young Nigerian chap who created an ebook to answer the question or to solve my problem. All right? Guess what I did? I've never met this guy in my life. I don't know if he's in the village. I don't know where he is. All I know is this guy has the solution to my problem. I'm in America. The guy is somewhere in Nigeria. I've never met him. I will never meet him. But guess what? The information that he had in his head, he put it into an ebook, put it online, and somebody that's 6,000 miles away in America found the information, and guess what I did? I immediately, without thinking twice, bought the ebook because he had something of value. Listen, guys, there is something you know how to do right now. that people will pay you for. Some of you guys don't need a job. You don't need to work ever in your life. You're not designed to work a job. In fact, let me say this. All 13 of you watching this, you're not designed. You're not wired to go and work and sit in the office. No. There is something that you have that the world is willing to pay for. Right? And the reason why you don't have a job is probably because God is telling you that, listen, my son, my daughter, I don't want you to work. I want you to work on that very thing that you know how to do and offer value to the world. Right? Because people pay for value. Let me repeat that. People pay for value. The information I'm sharing with you right now for free, right? And once again, guys, I'm not saying this to brag, all right? The information I'm sharing with you, exact information that I'm sharing with you right now for free. Did you know that I left the place where I was in to come into my office to hop on this. They just paid me. They paid me raw dollars for the exact information. There's no difference. Everything that I'm saying, word for word, maybe a few things are different. Somebody just paid me for the same information. People are, look, I don't care who you are. I don't care what you've done. I don't care whether you're in the village, whether you don't have a job. There is something you know how to do that people will pay you for, because people pay for value. And when you understand this, that the amount of money that you want to earn in life is directly proportionate, right? Proportionate to the value that you offer to people and the number of people that are willing to pay for what you're offering. So here's the deal. If all you're currently earning right now, whether at your job or on a monthly basis, is, let's say, 50,000 Naira every month, nothing more, nothing less. That means that the current value that you are giving to the world is equivalent to 50,000 Naira, nothing more. You're not going to ever make more than that. If you want to make 100,000 Naira, then you have to increase your value to be 100,000 Naira, right? The reason why I'm constantly attracting opportunities to make money, because I'm always developing myself. I'm always developing my skills so that I can become more valuable to people. I'm constantly writing books so I can become more valuable. The more valuable you become, the more money you will make. It's that simple. See, the problem that Nigerians have is this. Nigerians are looking for get-rich-quick schemes. Nigerians are looking for MMM, business that you put money in and boom, tomorrow you blow. Trust me, I get it all the time. My WhatsApp message, man, I wake up to dozens of messages on WhatsApp. Bro, there's this new business. You put in 40 Naira in 24 hours, you put in 40,000. Bro, in 24 hours, the 40,000 is not 80,000. I'm a businessman, not a 419 or a scam, right? That like, you will never ever in your life, if you're watching this webinar and you invest in those kind of businesses, you will never ever succeed in life. Never, never, because money, success, all have principles. All right, and when you don't apply success principles, you can't succeed. All right, so let me move a little bit faster so we can wrap things up. So here's some questions that you should ask yourself. What can I do that comes naturally to me, but other people can't do? I'm sharing with you ideas on how you can start positioning yourself to create opportunities to make money. All right, what can I do that come naturally to me that other people can't do? In other words, whatever you can do that comes naturally to you, but other people struggle to do, that could be a source of income for you. Right? One of the things that God has wired and blessed me with is the ability to speak, right? To talk. When I talk, by God's grace, people listen. I have the ability to inspire people, to encourage people. It's a gift. I went to school to learn business, right? But I didn't go to school to learn how to talk. It just came natural. And I was telling the people this morning that I will gladly, like for example, right now I'm doing this for free. I do it naturally. You don't have to pay me for this. But guess what? People pay me to do exactly what I love to do for free. So what am I saying? Whatever you know how to do that comes naturally to you, there are people out there that will be willing to pay you for it. But you have to learn how to package your craft, right? Most of our talents and gifts are in the raw phase. People don't pay for raw. They pay for something that's refined. Nigeria produces crude oil, but we don't put crude oil in our vehicles. We put refined oil in our vehicles, right? Africa, places like South Africa produce gold, but we don't buy raw gold. We buy refined gold. So people are not going to pay for raw talent. They pay for refined talent. So even though I know how to speak naturally, guess what? I've paid thousands of dollars. I've joined different organizations to learn how to develop the art of public speaking. So you have to put in time. People aren't just going to pay you for something just because you know how to do it. You have to show that you are an expert in that area, right? You have to show people that you are an expert in that area. And when you do that, people will pay you for your service, right? I started developing my craft in public speaking when I was in the university. I started developing it, getting better and better, reading books. This is over almost since 2006. So 2006 to 2016, that's 14 years. So where I am right now is a result of accumulated, consistent growing for 14 years. So when people are paying me now, it's not because I just woke up one day and become a great speaker. I've been developing that craft for 14 years. So that's the first question you got to ask yourself. What can I do that comes naturally to me but doesn't for others? And then develop that, okay? So remember, there's nothing that people won't pay for. So you might not value what you offer to the world. You might think, what is it? I only know how to sing. Who will pay me to know how to sing? Well, I only know how to read books or write. Who will pay me to know how to write? Right? You would think that. But guess what? Right now, I have several staffs in Nigeria. I'm in the US, but I employ people in Nigeria. All my graphic designs on social media or anything that I'm doing, I have a staff in Nigeria that does it for me. But guess what? He went and learned how to do it, right? The person that works on my content, on creating content for me, guess what? He's in Nigeria. Yes, he's using his gift and I'm paying him for it because he's adding value to my business, right? So that's the first question. The second question is, what experiences do I have that others can benefit, that can benefit others, right? Many of us, we underestimate our experiences. We think people won't value what we know or what we've been through. But believe me, there are people who will gladly pay you for your experience. Are you married and you have a happy home? Well, guess what? There are a lot of people who are going through turmoil in their marriages. Can you guys hear me clearly?
Yes, I can hear you clearly. Let me see.
Okay, one person said it's like the audio is off.
Okay,
it's coming from
Wasil. Maybe his audio is connecting, but I think everybody else can hear.
Okay. All right. So you ask yourself, what experiences do I have that others can benefit from? Are you single and you know how to, keep yourself holy, right? In your singlehood, you can write a book. You can start a group. You can do something, right? Do you own a farm? And there are people who are looking to go into agriculture, but they don't know how to. You can leverage your experience and become a consultant, right? Do you know how to braid hair? Well, you can teach other people how to start a hair braiding business, right? Your experiences can become your avenue to source of income, right? I've written 3 books so far, right? These are all my 3 books. So this one is 21 Habits of Highly Broke People, Side Gig Money, right? 101 ways to earn extra money. without quitting your job. And this is my latest book, How Poor People Think, okay? Guess what? Everything in this book came as a result from my experience and what I've seen. And all I did was I put it into a package called a book. And I put it online and people are buying it every single day. That's why I told you that every month. It never fails. I don't go on Amazon to sell the book, but every single month, I think the 29th of every month, there's a deposit in my bank account on average of $400 every month. Because all I did was put my experience that's in here and I put it inside of a book. Many of you guys, you are a walking book. In fact, not book, you are walking books. B-O-O-K-S. There are dozens of books in your womb, and you're praying for a breakthrough. Stop praying for a breakthrough. You're looking for a job. Stop looking for a job. You're looking for family members to help you. You're looking for handouts. Stop looking for handouts and start producing. Right? Start producing. When you
start producing.
Yes, ma'am. That's it.
Yeah.
Start producing. Right? So the third question, as I'm getting close to wrapping it up, is what can I learn now to teach others? So in other words, you believe that you don't have any experiences. You believe that you don't have any gifts, no talents, nothing. Well, if you don't have any of that, the question is, well, what can I learn to start teaching others to make money from? Every skill is learnable. Every skill is learnable. Now, as I'm talking to you right now, I can do so. In fact, there is hardly anything that I can't do if I put my mind to it. I'm a photographer. I have a digital camera. I charge people to do photography. I'm a web designer. I charge people to do web designing. I consult for people who want to start businesses. I mean, you name it. You name it. I've trained myself to learn to do anything, to learn any skill so that I can make more money, right? So what skill can you learn? I remember in 2016, right? 2016, August to be precise, my wife decided that she wanted to start a bakery business, right? Baking cakes. She's never baked in her entire life, all right? Now, this is talking about learning new skill set. My wife left America, bought a plane ticket to go to Nigeria, where you are right now. She flew to Nigeria, paid somebody 100,000 naira to teach her how to bake cakes, decorate for 1 month. All right? She came back to America and started baking for free so that people will know that she knows how to bake. As I'm talking to you today, that has become a full-time business. Baking, decorating. Guess what she's doing now? She's now creating courses. Actually, she's done this before. She's now creating courses to show people how to start different things in baking, how to do different things in baking. Last year, she brought in a baker, a decorating expert from Turkey, right? Wow. For several days to train people, right? But all she simply did, ladies and gentlemen, was that she decided that she wanted to learn a new skill. That's it. So if you don't have any skill, excuse me, if you believe that God in His faithfulness did not endow you with any skill, you don't have any, you don't know how to do anything. No, nothing. Well, I have good news for you. Go and pick a new skill that will add value to people in the new economy, right? Go and learn something that has to do with IT, technology, digital marketing, something that has to do with doing business online. That is what is trending in the new economy. In the old economy, people didn't value technology like they're doing now, because once the lockdown hit, the only hope that most that businesses had or have was social media, online. That's it. And if you didn't have any online presence before COVID-19, the business was ruined completely. The reason why my businesses are growing so much is because COVID-19 or no COVID-19, I was always online. Anywhere I travel to around the world, you see me online. My businesses, you see it online. So when COVID-19, whether it's COVID-19, whether it's COVID 2020, whatever is going to come, whatever is coming, it doesn't faze me. As long as social media exists, as long as there's internet service, I will never be broke and I will never go out of business. Never. Why? Because I understand the times that we're in. I understand the times that we're in. Finally, the last question you want to ask yourself is, well, two questions. Man, I've spoken for a long time. How many minutes do I have left?
Okay, I think you have about 10 to wrap up, then we'll take some questions. Or you can wrap up in 5.
Okay, let's do that.
Okay.
Let's do that. But you know what? I'm going to skip the rest of the questions. I think I've given you enough information on that. But the last thing I want to talk about is the most important ingredient for success in the new economy is what I call content creation. Content creation. If you want people to know about your business, your gifts, your talent, start creating content online. All right. If you don't have any presence, nobody knows you on social media, nobody knows your business online, or all you do is just watch what other people are creating. You'll spend all your time on Instagram, spend all your time on Facebook, and nobody knows what you are doing. Trust me, you will continue to live in a state that you're living in right now, which is probably for most people is a state of poverty because they're not doing anything different. Nobody knows their business, right? The reason why my businesses are thriving is because I'm always creating videos. If you go and look me up right now on Facebook, you'll see almost every day I'm posting something about my business. I'm selling something, right? It just, I'm constantly engaging people, right? So my business is always moving, right? So if you want to start if you want to increase or change the way things are going in your life, the moment you identify the direction you want to go, then start creating content. There's a gentleman that reached out to me on Facebook a week ago, and I'll say this and I'm done. And he said, sir, can you be my mentor? And I get a lot of people like that. Unfortunately, I can't mentor everybody, right? Because just so much stuff that I have going on. So he reached out to me and said, you know, he's starting his fish business. He doesn't know what to do and how to get people to know about what he's doing. And I just give him one word. I told him, start creating content. Let people see what you're doing. If you're packaging your fish, create a video showing people that you're packaging your fish. If you're into the market to sell your fish, get your phone like this and show people, hey, I'm on my way to, what's the name of a market in Nigeria?
Wuse Market.
I'm on my way to Wuse Market. See, I have 20 bags of fish. I'm getting ready to go and sell all this fish now. Wish me good luck, guys. People like to see stuff like that. And just start creating videos. Before you know it, people, in fact, your business would go to the level that you never thought you imagined. We have so many investors in our businesses, you know, across Africa and even in the United States because we create content. All right. So I know I've said a lot, guys. I don't want to keep talking. I want to leave room for questions before I wrap it up for today.
Thank you so much. We are indeed very grateful for giving us your time. Free of charge. We really appreciate. We do not take it for granted.
My pleasure.
Thank you so much. So do we have any questions for our speaker? Please just raise your hand then or type it in the chat box. Okay, I think we don't have any Zoom bomber, so I can unmute everybody. Please, do we have any questions? Okay, no, please go ahead with your question.
I'm hearing so much noise. Good evening.
Yeah, I'll mute everybody again.
All right. Oh, good evening. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. All right. I think I can talk now.
Okay, please go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, I think I saw someone responded to me. I don't know if that's you. I didn't catch your name. I didn't start early. I have a problem. My basic problem is I'm not able to put my thoughts to words. Yeah, so that comes back to say that creating content, written content is a challenge for me. So this is why I'm already doing something. I created swallow that can help Nigerians or Africans to solve weight problems. So that's what I do. Yeah. So basic problem right now is creating enough content for a lot of people, marketing generally via social media. So that's where I am now, because I need more people to know about what we've created. So, like I said, how to put my thoughts to words is a very big challenge.
Okay, thank you. Oh, you're on mute. Can you unmute yourself, please?
Sorry. You said you created a product to do what?
Slimming swallow, something they can swallow. So instead of swallowing the regular eba and fufu, he's produced something that you can swallow and it doesn't affect you. It doesn't make you grow fat. So you can swallow his stuff and remain slim. You eat it with soup.
Gotcha. Okay. Do you have people that have used this thing and they're not gaining weight?
Yeah.
Okay, yes. Can you answer?
Yes, I'm answering yes.
Okay, he said
yes. Your business is very easy, right? Because number one, the biggest problem Nigerians have is they like to eat swallow. And in eating swallow, your stomach gets plummeted. Because the more you eat swallow, the more you get big. All you have to do, I mean, this is a very simple solution. All you have to do is that you actually demonstrate you eating swallow and explain why exactly people won't get fat from eating whatever it is you produce. Create something like that and then show example of people that are eating your swallow that are not getting big. So one of the things that we have to do as content creators is that we need to spend a lot of time thinking. Many of us, we don't spend time thinking. We just want to always be on the move. But when you spend time to think about creating content, you'll be amazed about the kind of ideas that you'll be getting. Like, if I owned your business, trust me, I'll be a millionaire by now. If this kind of business is a business it's a piece of cake, because it's something you can demonstrate for people to see, right? People need to see that. And when you show people something, people are more attracted to what you're showing them rather than just type in, oh, I'm selling a new fufu that doesn't allow you to lose, that doesn't allow you to gain weight. It doesn't ring a bell. But when you create a video, right, it does much more, it's much more impactful than you just saying words. Right. And let me say this for everybody that's watching this. You don't have to be perfect when you're creating content. Very, very important. In fact, when you try to be perfect, you will never start. So people ask me, at first I used to think that you need to have this expensive camera. You need to have the tripod. You need to have microphone and all these gadgets before I can start creating content. Until one of my mentors said, just start. Just start. Even if your English is bad, even if all you do is speak pidgin, see, like guys, more now see, I did chop this thing, and this thing they make my belly go down, It doesn't matter what it is. Just start. I'm telling you.
So good. Yeah, you speak pidgin.
I know, right? Right? That's it. Just start. You don't have to be perfect. When I'm doing my videos, when I'm in my farms in Nigeria, look, this is all I do. I bring out my phone. Let me see. my camera. You can see my camera, right? And I just hold my phone like this, and I'm shooting videos. That's it. And people love, people just want to see something. Think about it. If you are on social media, do you spend more time watching videos or reading?
Watching.
Watching.
Okay, reading mostly.
But for most people like to see things in action, right? That's why you see videos go viral. When you start creating videos and you're consistent, trust me, your business will go through the roof.
Okay. Do we have, someone wants to know all the books that you have authored? Abdul.
21 Habits of Highly Broke People. All right. 21 Habits of Highly Broke People. Side Gig Money. 101 Ways to Earn Extra Income Without Quitting Your 9-to-5 job. And then the recent one, How Poor People Think. 23 ways to rewire your brain from poverty mentality to abundance mentality.
Wow.
All right. Any more questions before we wrap it up?
Any more questions? Okay, I think I have a question. Okay. In your viral video, you've advised us to ditch the Naira and to ditch the Naira and do agribusiness. Personally, I've been thinking of this agribusiness, but what would be your advice for someone who does not know how to get involved in the agribusiness? But you've advised us to go into agribusiness, but nothing comes to mind right now. Though I've gotten a domain name, I think something will come to mind. But it has not happened yet. So what would be the advice?
So if you are a newbie or a newly startup and you want to get into agriculture, the beautiful thing is that there's so many platforms now that allow people to invest in agriculture who don't necessarily want to be involved in the day-to-day operation, right? So they're twofold. If you have the capacity, you have the land or you have enough money to fund a project on your own, then you can start something on a small scale, right? But if you just want to get your foot in the door to really see, you know, how is this farming thing like, right? Then leveraging some of these platforms. I know, you know, you guys are probably familiar with Farm Proudy, Thrive Agric, and all these platforms. That would be a smart way to kind of get your foot in the door. Because my ultimate goal is this. It's not really just about investing in agriculture, doing this, is getting in a state of mind of learning to have your money work for you, right? Because many people go into agriculture and they end up losing everything because they just don't have the know-how, the knowledge of how to run a successful agriculture business, right? So that would be my advice: invest in an existing platform or find a mentor, someone who has already done what you're trying to do. Simply follow their footsteps.
Thank you very much. Do we have any more questions? Any more questions from the house? Any comments? Okay. I think everybody has enjoyed this session so much.
All right.
Okay, I think I saw a question from Abdul that says he would like to know if you have any training platforms or anywhere you do more trainings online or stuff like that.
I don't. I do have coaching for those who want one-on-one coaching. I don't have like a general platform where I'm just training people. I don't. And like I said, my schedule is extremely busy. I mean, I woke up around 6 o'clock this morning. I went for a seminar. I'm back here. I'm going for another project. So, you know, for me to carve out time for somebody to do something, you definitely need to be somebody who's serious about what you're trying to do. Not just, I don't have time to be asked, you know, answering a lot of questions from people. I mean, if I open my WhatsApp for you now, There are dozens of messages I haven't responded to just because I just don't have. I mean, look at how long did it take for me to get back to you?
I know.
Right.
I know.
So it just is. I
had to be persistent.
Exactly, right? And that's it. So when I continue to see your messages at the top of the chain, then I respond. So it takes time. But yeah, I only have a coaching, one-on-one coaching that I, kind of work with people on, growing their business and so on and so forth.
So Abdul, if you're interested in the one-on-one coaching, I would put you in contact with him for the one-on-one coaching. I found an interesting question. Someone says, do I give out my first book? Do I sell my first book or give it out for free? What would be your response to that?
Well, if you don't think your book is valuable, then you give it out for free. But if you think your book is valuable, then you give value in exchange for money, right? I spend hours writing my books, researching that I can't, if I want to be generous, I can say, you know what, everybody in this group, I'm going to give away a free copy. But I can't spend a portion of my livelihood to work on something of value and then just give it out to everybody for free. I'm not a charity, right? Unless you want to run a NGO and just write books and be giving it out to everybody.
I believe that answers your questions, For Abdul, I think you'll find the books on Amazon. He wants to get the books. Okay, you find the books on Amazon. Thank you so how do we really protect our Naira? That's another question on my mind.
Put it under your pillow.
Change it to dollars and put it under our pillow.
No,
that could work.
No, in that video, my whole emphasis is that because some people, I received quite a number of backlash because people were saying
interestingly, the friend that sent it to me didn't even know you. So when she sent me the video, I said, I know him. He spoke to us at the Idea Factory. So, shot was already going viral, and she told me another of our friends sent it to her. He saw it on Facebook and sent it to her. So
the thing is,
the video went viral.
I became famous by accident. But the thing about Naira is this, right? My intention of that video was not necessarily for people to dump their money, right? Okay. But more so to put your money in a place where it's protected, where you're earning more money. That's why I gave several channels that if you don't have money to convert the dollars, invest in something, right? That at least your money is making money, and that's how wealthy people make money. If you're going to become wealthy, ladies and gentlemen, there are two ways. You either start or own a business, or you invest in a business, right? Mm-hmm. Keeping your money in the bank will keep you broke. Your money, the banks take your money and give it to other people at 30% interest rate, right? So that was really the whole essence of that video, to find ways to protect your money by either converting it to dollars or by investing in something that will cause your money to grow.
Okay, thank you very much.
Someone
asked, how much is your one-on-one coaching? Someone just asked.
Well, it depends for how long, right? And then it depends on the nature of the coaching, right? How much time will it take for me to coach you, And let me say this, that coaching is probably one of the biggest tools that successful people employ, right? I've gone through a lot of, I've encountered a lot of successful people that in order for me to have their time, I either paid for their value, or I gave something up to get their attention, right? So if you want something of value, you have to, I'm not necessarily speaking you pay for my coaching, but you have to be willing to pay for something of value if you want to become more valuable.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so that person can reach out to me, we can talk, and but to get my time, it's not chicken change.
I know. Okay, I'll meet everybody to say their thank you on behalf of Sublime Hub. The Sublime Hub is an enterprise support community. So our philosophy is team, together each achieves more. So can we all say thank you to our speaker?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We appreciate you. Thank you.
I appreciate your time.
Celebrate you.
We'll
Appreciate your
take all
effort.
that we have learned and apply.
Please
I
do.
will give you good results. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a great day, guys.
Okay.
You too. Bye.
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 Thank you.
Okay, group photograph. Aha, here we go. We've taken our group photograph, so I'll end the call or the video. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye-bye.